gotta be an idiot to bet on that parlay.
It's DTF or bust.
Put it on my mama's porch tomorrow. Welcome back to Hold My Bet podcast. I'm your host, Brandon Park. Here with me, as always, the one, the only. Wait, Dylan, where's your torso?
It's missing. Can you not see me?
No, I just see a floating head. That's spooky, man.
That's exactly right. Because I am wearing camouflage.
Wow. Um, well, welcome back for another episode of Hold My Bev podcast. We have week 10 that is just finishing up tonight, but tonight's game has been a snooze fest so far. Uh, Knowing our luck, by the end of this game, it's going to be a super high scoring game somehow.
Or
Um,
it'll be 10-3.
yeah, or it'll finish 10-3. It might, who knows? We'll maybe get another field goal in here.
I
I
was
see
hoping that the
some
touch
progress. I see some progress.
I was hoping that's licensing. I was hoping that the one touchdown would have been Tyreek, but it was Malik Washington, I believe. Don't even know.
I'm not gonna lie, I was paying more attention to the Cavs game.
Well, and that's a very good point because our Cavaliers are on a hot start. They are the best team in the NBA. We are looking good.
We're looking really good. Not just
Best
good, we're looking really good.
best start since 2016. I mean, as a NBA team, and that was the Warriors that year when they went 73-9.
Yep.
So maybe the Cavs can go 74-8.
And hopefully win in the finals.
The only problem is, with that being said, we've got the NBA Cup now, so things do change a little bit. Now that we have different stipulations to the season, there's a little more pressure on winning more games because, I mean, that would mean we'd have to win the NBA Cup and the NBA Finals most likely to have that type of record. But, well, not necessarily because the Warriors lost to us that year, but we'd have to win the NBA Cup to have that sort of record during the regular season.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely higher stakes. Um, but I don't know about you, I'm actually excited about the NBA Cup. I think it starts
This
what?
Friday.
Yeah, oh, this Friday. I was gonna say I thought it was next week, but
No, we've got Lakers, Spurs, and I think Memphis plays OKC, if I'm not wrong.
do you
I
know if they
think.
kept the brackets the same or did they change them up?
I don't know. I thought they were changing it every year, but it would almost make sense to do the same thing so it's even. But I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna let me see if I can pull it up real quick. I sort of remember what the brackets looked like last year. NBA play.
Because I know there was different groups, and then of your groups, then you get put into the bracket after so many weeks of it.
My one light just died. I don't know why I put play in tournament. It's not the play in tournament. Bracket. Do. Here we go. All right, let's see. So November, is this last? What? Oh no, it starts tomorrow.
Oh, so maybe that was just the primetime games was Friday.
Yeah. Yeah, so it starts technically today on when this episode comes out. We get our first, let's see, three, four. We get our first 8 games.
Okay.
So pretty packed for a Tuesday night.
And are they using those crazy colorful courts, or is that just for the tournament?
So that yeah, so the whole like any cup games
Any, yeah,
season.
cup games. Okay.
I thought ours were pretty interesting actually this year.
Yeah, I liked it a lot better than last year's.
Yeah, last year's was kind of lame if you ask me, but Cavs do not play their tournament game until Friday, which they're playing the Bulls again.
Hmm.
I'm trying to find that.
And tickets are cheap too.
Oh, here we go. The group games or the groups. We're in the same group as the Boston Celtics, Atlanta Hawks, Chicago Bulls, and Washington Wizards. So really us and the Celtics.
Yeah.
Um, so that's gonna be cool. I'm glad we're at least going against someone competitive. But like you were saying before, say we don't make it super far in the play-in tournament, it's only one loss.
Hmm.
So that only counts as one loss. And we're not I don't know. I would love to win the tournament, don't get me wrong, but that and it showed that the tournament definitely meant something other than the Lakers.
True.
Like
Yeah.
Indiana, I think that gave them a lot of momentum going into the playoffs last year, and that's what got them to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah.
But like older teams like LeBron and the Lakers, I mean they're pretty much gassed after all that.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, Cavs look awesome. Donovan Mitchell had an absolutely crazy layup. Bulls right now have the lead, but I don't think the Bulls will finish the game with the win. I think the Cavs will take this one, but um, Bulls have been playing tough tonight though.
I didn't doubt them the other night when they were losing to the Nets. There was a point where they're down by like 12, and I still was like, "We got this." They're just a different team. They're fighting hard. They're, bringing a winning culture back. They've got this coach in the Warriors who came in and changed our program night and day. We're putting up 130 points easily now. So we're a whole new ball team, and it's fun to be a Cavs fan.
Yeah, shooting lots of threes too.
Yeah,
Lots.
it's raining buckets.
Yeah. Well, all right, Dylan, let's go ahead and get into Thursday night football, where we have the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore, where we saw the Ravens win 35 to 34. Um, I'm not sure about you, but I think this was probably the best game of the week.
It
Um,
was up there. There was about two more games I really enjoyed on Sunday, but this was a great game to start the week, and it was a great example of the right teams on Thursday night to start the week.
yes, yes. I have a gut feeling I know what the other two games are, and we'll talk about that when we get to them. But Jamar Chase went absolutely crazy in this game. Uh, 11 catches, 264 yards, and three touchdowns.
If you played him this week, you lost. If you played with him this week, you won. That's how it was for fantasy owners.
Funny enough, I actually did beat Jamar Chase this week in one of my leagues.
Wow.
The rest of the person's roster was not good though. So,
Oh, okay.
and it was still close. I
That's
barely,
fair.
but
I got to avoid this one. And it's funny because all season, and I should knock on wood, but after 10 weeks, I have not played one player that had a nuclear week. And I say that now, and someone's going to do it to me next week. I do play some good teams in my two leagues, but I have not played a single player in the week that they go nuclear. Like the Isaiah Likely week one, nope. I avoided that. I've avoided the Jamar Chase. I've avoided a bunch of things, but I feel like it's coming now that I've said something.
yeah, you might have jinxed yourself on that one. But both quarterbacks in this game, four touchdown passes, zero picks, just beautiful ball. Um, Bengals couldn't figure out how to get the win though. They had the lead
Yeah,
the whole game, and then basically just a fourth quarter collapse, lost it for them.
it happens.
Yeah, it does happen. It indeed does
It
happen.
honestly it felt a lot like watching the Chiefs Ravens game where it looked like the Ravens had it and then they just couldn't finish it at the end. That's how it felt here.
Yeah, Well, let's go ahead and move into our first Sunday game. In Germany, we had the Carolina Panthers beating the New York Giants 20-17 in overtime. Uh, Not gonna lie, this one was kind of a snooze fest, but I kept trying to at least pay a little bit of attention because it was cool seeing the Panthers win 2 games in a row. I don't think anyone could have predicted that they would do that at any point this year.
No, if you ask the lad was rooting for a tie.
Yeah, I mean, the lad almost got what he wanted. He was very close, but um, Bryce Young gets 2 wins in a row. Um, you can see him in a video that's been going viral. People are saying he looks like a little kid jumping on the sidelines up and down.
Yep,
Um, just he cannot avoid the memes. But man, Daniel Jones has got to go in New York.
it's bad. Did you see that transition tweet about going to the Browns?
Oh, Tony, the Cleveland ESPN Cleveland guy.
Tony Grossi
Yeah.
saying that he's playing himself to be the next transition quarterback for the Browns. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, how have you been covering the Browns for 30 years and you think that's going to be the move? Like, no.
Obviously it's a joke, but nobody here would want him. I mean, if it's him or Deshaun, gun to my head, I'd take Daniel Jones, and I'm being honest and unbiased, but I don't want either of them.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I guess if you're pointing a gun at my head, like, yeah, I'll go Daniel Jones because I at least have optimism that something different could happen. Whereas Deshaun, I already know what's going to happen.
Right.
I guess it's something new, but yeah, not a big Danny Dimes guy here. Malik Neighbors also too has just basically fallen off a cliff.
Mm-hmm.
He went from definite offensive rookie of the year, or at least in consideration, to like maybe top five, maybe. I could think of quite a few other rookies I'd probably put ahead of him.
Yeah, I mean, I still think it's going to be Jaden Daniels to lose. Even Maserati Marv was up there, but he has had so many streaky weeks with gets a touchdown here, he gets 100 yards here, he gets 10 yards, he gets 15, he gets 30, he gets I don't know, it's not consistent enough. I mean, he's obviously doing more consistent things than Malik Neighbors. He's also not dropping as many catches as Malik Neighbors. Um, but I think it's Jane Daniels reward or award to lose.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how many rookies would you give the award to offensively over Neighbors right now? I could probably
Probably
name at least five.
I would say yeah, five's a good number, including Tyrone Tracy,
Yeah, I would.
which I was saying in the group chat the other day. I think I've been really impressed with Tyrone Tracy stepping up to the plate, um, kind of taking over that lead back role with Singletary. Um, pretty good, pretty good rookie.
Yeah, no, he's been awesome. But order I'd probably go. I don't know if this is exact order, but Jaden Daniels, Marvin Harrison. Is that a dog? Um, Tyrone Tracy, Bo Nix, and I still need to see more from Drake May, but I think by the end of the year he'd be ahead of him.
I don't know if I'd put Drake May over Malik Neighbors.
All right, maybe I'm a little crazy on that, but um, I know there was another one I wanted to say over him.
Brian Thomas.
Brian Thomas. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, that's the only other one I could think of that's worthy of it. I mean, you could even say Isaiah Worthy or Xavier Worthy, but
No, not consistent enough.
that's fair.
Not over someone like Brian Thomas Jr. I can't believe. I drew a blank on him. He's on two of my fantasy teams.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool to see the Panthers win. Just makes the Browns move up in the draft order. So that's cool. Does kind of suck though that the Panthers have more wins than the Cleveland Browns, but hey, it happens.
That's life.
Yeah, that's life. Next we had the Kansas City Chiefs barely sneaking away against the Denver Broncos, 16 to 14. Now this whole time, like the whole game, it seemed like the Broncos were gonna win. Um, and then the Chiefs got two field goals in the second half. Broncos were set up to kick the game-winning field goal, and when they attempted it, it got blocked. It got blocked. Bo Nix, two touchdowns. I think they were both in the second quarter. Yeah.
It was their game to lose. I mean, I told everybody earlier this week, I said that the Broncos had a chance to be the first team to beat the Chiefs. And I thought for sure they were going to pull it off.
Yeah, I thought so too for a minute. Um, I didn't necessarily think you were crazy when you said it.
This was the week to do it.
Yeah. But Kansas City somehow finds a way to sneak by. Did you hear the little sound bit that went viral?
Of Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah.
Oh, of course I heard it.
Yeah, what do we think's going on there? What's going on in Kansas City?
Apparently he was talking to his tackle. He wasn't talking to the ref. But it was very sus.
Yeah. I mean, it would make that at least makes sense, but still pretty sus.
Yeah. Can you let me know when they're coming?
When who's coming?
Isn't that what he said? Can you let me know when they're coming?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Um, Next we had the Pittsburgh Steelers sneak away with the win against the Washington Commanders 28 to 27. Um, Really Russell Wilson, I mean, three touchdown passes. Other than that, like nothing too great. George Pickens had a great game. Mike Williams got his first touchdown and catch as a Pittsburgh Steeler. Um, Jalen Warren finally became alive a little bit. Didn't get in the end zone, but bless you. Um, but yeah, Jalen Warren got a little some action today. Did you see the play? I think it was either the interception. I think it was the interception that Russ threw of George Pickens just tossing the one receiver or the one safety or cornerback.
You mean the one where he looked like he was trying to bite off his head?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw it.
It, I don't know how he gets away with shit.
He's a fucking lunatic.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's a madman. Like I half wonder if he actually knows how to play football or if he's just told to go out there and run like a madman.
I don't know, but I don't know how he gets away with it. That's the thing.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, like he does some pretty risky stuff that I feel like if a lot of other people did it, they'd get suspended or fined at least.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure something will come out later this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Austin Eckler got in the end zone twice. Jeremy
McNichols.
McNichols got in the end zone as well. Commanders. Scary Terry having another great week, but did not get in the end zone this time. Um, what do we think of this game? I liked the way the Commanders, played in this game. But
So
the Steelers defense,
this
I think, is too much, and Russ is definitely a difference maker in that offense.
this was my first of the two games I wanted to talk about that I said were my games of the week that were not Thursday night. I thought that this game was a lot of fun. I think that it was you know, whoever won this game was really the real deal. But then you look at like who the Commanders have beat. They've not beat a team that would be considered a playoff team yet. all three of their losses were, I think, playoff teams or playoff contenders, we'll say. And the Steelers, on the other hand, haven't even played a single division game after 10 weeks. They still have 6 games against their division in
Yeah,
the last 8 weeks.
yeah, they have a rough schedule ahead of them.
Yeah. So they might be 7-2 or 7-3. What are they?
7-2. You're right.
Yeah, so they might be 7-2, but they got a rough road ahead of them. So, anyways, Russ didn't look too bad. I think Jane Daniels didn't play too great. He played kind of like a rookie. I mean, they contained TJ Watt. I think that the Commanders did a good job doing that. But at the end of the day, I think that the referees fucked over the Commanders. That was a first down by Zach Ertz. I mean, that was a first down, blatant. I can't believe they didn't overturn that. And I think if they would have gotten that first down, it was the Commanders game 100%.
Yeah,
But anyways, I think that was a great game, and that was my first of 2 games of the week that I liked.
yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna go crazy like some of these other people and say the Commanders can make the Super Bowl, but I think the Commanders are definitely going to be a pesky team to play against in the playoffs. They're definitely going to be the team that you don't want to see in the wild card round. Because I could easily see them winning a playoff game. I just don't know if I see Super Bowl. I don't see them going up against Detroit Lions. Um,
Yeah, I don't,
being
I don't think so.
just too many holes they got to fill, but I definitely like the direction they're going in because I think everyone can say this and admit this that they're playing way better than anyone expected.
Yeah, I think they kind of remind me of the Browns in 2021 when they played against the Steelers. They beat a division opponent in the playoffs, but then you go up against a super team like the Chiefs, or in this case, the Lions. I don't see the Commanders getting past them in the playoffs.
Yeah, even though that year I thought the Browns actually did have a shot in that game.
They did.
Yeah,
It was the referees sucking Kansas City's dicks.
yeah.
But what
Um,
else?
but next we have this game was a snooze fest if you ask me. Minnesota Vikings beating the Jacksonville Jaguars 12-7. Uh,
This game pissed me off.
Sam Darnold looking like New York Jets Sam Darnold. No touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Uh, the lad definitely did not hit on his prop of the week this week.
He was so sure about it too.
Yeah, five catches, 48 yards for Justin Jefferson. And then Aaron Jones got hurt in this game too. Granted, the Vikings are 7-2 right now, but
Are they the worst 7-2 team we have left?
ooh,
Because I think the Steelers are better than them.
oh, 100%. I would agree. Let's see. Let me look at the 7-2 teams.
Those might be it.
Oh, easily, easily, because Philadelphia is way better than them. Um, and Baltimore 7-3, so that doesn't count.
Oh, and the Washington Commanders are 7-3.
Yeah,
Okay, and I think that the Commanders are better than the Vikings.
yeah, I would agree. I would say the Commanders are better than the Vikings. Um, yeah, nothing great in this game. There was no passing touchdowns whatsoever because Mac Jones also had 2 interceptions, no touchdowns. He had a rushing touchdown though. That was their only touchdown of the game.
So I had, yeah, there. Um, I actually had a nice little parlay for the day, and I had an alternate spread of Vikings 3.5, so they needed to win by 4. And I'm thinking, there's no way they're gonna pull this off because they were down most of the game. I'm like, they can't even get in the fucking end zone. They've thrown 3 picks at the goal line or in the end zone, and then they end up winning by 5. And that wasn't even the worst part of my day, which we'll get to. I had a six legger and five out of the six legs hit. And just wait till we get to this game. But yeah, this game pissed me off. Mac Jones still sucks. It doesn't matter who he plays for. He's not a starting quarterback in this league. I think he stepped up to the plate as a backup and he filled the shoes that he needed to, but it's it's time to pack things up for Doug Peterson and Trevor Lawrence. It's over.
Yeah, no, it's more than over right now for them. Um, yeah, they need something else in Jacksonville. I feel like they have talent there. Like they have
Yeah.
something to work with. And I don't think Peterson's necessarily a bad coach. I don't think it's gonna work there.
Yeah, and
Something
look,
clearly is not clicking there. So,
no, it was weird because Etienne played real well. But we did have Tank get injured in this game.
mhm.
So you got that going on. You have Trevor out and Tank out. Etienne's back. um, Brian Thomas didn't go down, did he?
No, I just don't think he was very active.
Yeah, it's just a weird game overall. But yeah, so week in, week out, the lad has another losing week. I'm pretty sure. I think I went 3-0.
Yeah, no, he didn't get hurt. I know I lost on Thursday night because I had Cincinnati money line
I think I might have went 3-0.
favored or my dog of the week.
I think I might have surpassed you. But we'll find out in Thursday's episode.
Here, let me look.
Don't look.
I won't say it on the pod, but I just want to know. Where is it? If you want, go ahead and get into the next game because I don't really want to.
Which one is it?
My team,
Your team? You mean the team that lost me $300 this weekend?
they did.
That was the only leg that didn't hit because I thought it was a sure fucking thing that the Atlanta Falcons would beat the New Orleans Saints. So the Saints come out hungry as fuck with MVS off the fucking waiver wire and they pull it out. Two TDs for MVS. Derek Carr didn't look shitty. Um, don't know what's going on with Cousins. Bijan Robinson pulls out two touchdowns like it's nothing. Although I did find it was weird that his second touchdown, which was on a fourth and goal, like 1 yard touchdown.
Mhm.
Why are we giving Algier the ball three times in a row, getting stuffed at the line? And then they call a timeout, and then they do it again, but without Bijan. Like, why do we go three times in a row? What made you think it wasn't gonna work or work the third time after the second try? I mean, it's a weird dynamic over there in Atlanta with their running backs.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like no one can figure out how to use them together.
No, but like finally they figured out what to do with Kyle Pitts. I mean, he has come alive this season.
Oh yeah, absolutely. A little bit quieter week again for him, but
He
better.
did have a big reception though late in the game when they were trying to go for it to win it all. And Young Wei Koo, who missed three freaking field goals this weekend, could have easily won the game for them. It just drives me nuts. I mean, it was just the gambling gods once again coming after me personally. I mean, I had six legs and all five hit but one, or all, five hit but one, including two anytime touchdowns. The rest of them were spreads and one money line. And the one money line was the freaking Falcons. Just so dumb. Ooh, we have a missed field goal.
Oh boy.
Still 10-6.
Well, we just talked about my team. Let's go ahead and get into your team, who actually put up a lot better fight than mine.
So this was my second game of the week.
Yes.
And the return of CMC too.
Yes. Um, so we had the San Francisco 49ers beating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 23-20. Like you said, Christian McCaffrey is back. Um, Actually got pretty active in the receiving game compared to the rushing game. With 6 catches, 68 yards, and then 13 carries for 39 yards. Brock Purdy looked pretty good, almost 400 yards passing. Baker Mayfield wasn't wasn't his best game, but he didn't really have to have his best game. His running backs kind of carried him throughout this game.
Yeah, he needed their help for sure. It was time. It's been time though. I mean, when you lose Godwin and you've had no Mike Evans for weeks, you need some people to step up. And truthfully, Kate Otten stepped up tremendously. But in this game specifically, Bucky and Rashad White stepped up and they tore it up.
Yeah. Um, Tampa's O-line did really good actually too. Only allowing 2 sacks.
Even with
Against a
Wirfs going
very
down.
against a very good 49ers defensive line too.
Oh yeah, and Wirfs went down too.
Yeah.
He goes down. Nick Bosa can't sack Baker on 4th and long. Baker almost pulls out a game-winning drive.
Are you talking about the Otten play?
Yeah,
Yeah.
4th and long, and he's stiff arming Bosa.
Yeah, that I was gonna say that surprised the ever living hell out of me. I was like, why couldn't he hit him?
It was almost like he should have been trying to pull him down, but he couldn't do anything.
Yeah, that play was so weird. But yeah, that was a great game. I guessed both of your games of the week then. I
Yes.
assumed because they were the closest scoring games.
Yeah. I mean, we had some really high-scoring games this week. You had some um, great deficits, but truthfully, what I like best is when it's got the witching hour involved.
Oh yeah, when the game actually has you on the edge of your seat and
Oh yeah, I was on the edge of my
till
seat.
the last minute you don't know who's winning.
I would have said that the Atlanta Falcons game would have been my favorite game of the week had they won because I enjoyed that matchup a ton. And I was rooting for your team to win, even though they should be losing, but the Buccaneers should have won too. So it's just all around just bad right now in the NFC South. Somehow the Saints are going to pull it off, and I'm going to hate it when they do.
Speaking about the South, the AFC South is pretty rough right now as well.
Oh yeah,
Buffalo Bills beat the Indianapolis Colts 30-20. This game was pretty ugly actually. Josh Allen didn't even have the greatest of games. He did have a rushing touchdown, which now has him tied with O.J. Simpson for most touchdowns in Bills franchise history.
woo,
Um, but zero passing touchdowns, 2 interceptions. We didn't have Amari Cooper in this game, nor Keon Coleman. So two of his top receivers out this game.
yeah, Matt Collins.
Yeah, Matt Collins, Joe Flacco. I'm pretty sure first 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
It was bad. It looked so bad. I felt so bad for Joe. I just wanted to close my eyes and picture him in a Browns uniform again. I mean, he looked like the way Anthony Richardson's been playing. It was bad.
Yeah, it did. I didn't really watch a ton of this game after the first 2 drives because I'm like, I can't watch Joe like this. Because it
I
was just
watched.
it was giving me playoffs last year against the Texans flashback.
Yeah. Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah.
That was so bad.
I swear, whenever the Colts play bad, somehow Alec Pierce always has a good game out of it.
Yeah, he ended up getting a garbage time touchdown to hit the over.
Yeah. 4 receptions, 81 yards. Anytime they play bad, he always plays good. I swear. Do you think we're gonna get Anthony Richardson at all again this year or no?
Yeah, I think so. I think they're gonna try to get a playoff push because right now, as we said, the AFC South's kind of a disaster. I think that it's wide open for some reason, even though the Texans should have it locked up. They should have it locked up as soon as Nico Collins comes back next week. But the way that the AFC picture looks, the Colts are sitting right there at the bottom of the playoff tree. and they could sneak their way in somehow. All it's going to take is somebody like the Chargers to fuck up or the Bengals to fuck up, and they're in. And then Anthony Richardson possibly comes in later in the season and just, figures it out.
Yeah. This next game, another shit show. Chicago is just absolutely in shambles. New England Patriots beat the Chicago Bears 19-3. Bears offense is just non-existent. I think they only had what, like 3 plays over 12 yards.
It was disgusting.
Yeah, this was a disgusting performance. I don't know how Matt Eberflus has a job still. Haven't known for at least a year now.
I don't know. I don't know how they have a better record than the Browns right now.
They looked just as bad as the Browns.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think we have better coaching too. It's
we have,
just it's reversed. It's
yeah,
reversed. We have good coaching but bad players. They have decent players and bad coaching.
yeah.
Because I mean, the Bears team looks great. I mean, on paper, their defense is solid. They've got young weapons on offense, including, Rome Odunze, and they've got DJ Moore still.
Well,
They just,
you have the best case in like you have the best situation for a number one pick of all time.
yeah,
Like
for sure.
I just don't get how you can't make it work. At least somewhat. Like it's not so much that Caleb Williams is playing bad, but
No.
learn his strengths and learn his weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just blatant. And then you got the offensive coordinator laughing at Caleb Williams on the sideline. Like, I don't know if it's just him trying to cheer him up, but I mean, you're losing to the Patriots who were gonna be picking first overall.
Holy shit. Breaking news. Tyreek Hill touchdown.
Oh, really?
First one in like 10 weeks. 1 year, a 1 yard pass
Oh,
on
wow.
on the goal line. Anywho,
Tua's looked pretty rough tonight too. He had
yeah.
his first drive was good, and then it just went downhill for him.
Yeah, they just moved the ball real nice. He had a nice like 30-yard pass to John Smith.
Oh, that's nice.
17-6.
But next we had the LA Chargers taking on the Tennessee Titans, where the Chargers beat them 27-17. Will Levis actually had a halfway decent game.
No turnovers.
No turnovers, 18 for 23 passing, 2 touchdowns. Not too bad. Hi, Roxanne. Calvin Ridley got in the end zone twice.
Yeah, he had a great game.
Yeah. Justin Herbert, uh, he's just at a point where he's not going to be putting up the flashy numbers. He's just going to get the win.
He's playing very conservative football.
Yes. Yes. He's
He's
not
just getting
gonna
the
be your
job done.
fantasy quarterback, but he's going to go get you a win.
It reminds me of how last year John Harbaugh coached the Michigan Wolverines, where JJ McCarthy. Remember that game that he didn't even throw a pass
Yeah.
and they won.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was didn't throw a pass in the first half or didn't throw a pass in the entire game, but it's like they play so conservative and they rush the ball. I mean, they got so much talent rushing the ball between J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards, and Herbert, I think, ran it in for a touchdown in this
Yeah.
game.
He did.
So when you've got that going on, you don't have to rely on Quentin Johnson and Lad McConkey.
Right. Next game, we had the Philadelphia Eagles laying the absolute pound down on the Dallas Cowboys, 34-6. This game we got some Kenny Pickett action.
I don't think the Cowboys have won at home yet.
No, no, I don't think they're going to.
It is so bad.
Yeah, I'm looking at the rest of their schedule. Oh, they might beat the Giants at home. They might beat the Giants.
I
That's the
don't.
only game I see them winning at home because their other home games this year are the Bengals, the Buccaneers, and the Commanders.
I don't know that they're gonna win against even the Giants.
Well, Dak is out for the rest of the year too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, Cooper Rush played okay, but I don't know. Is it also?
For
Did you
Rush
watch any
did not play
game?
okay. I did not think he played okay. 13 for 23 and only 45 yards passing.
Did you watch this game?
No, because I knew it was going to be an absolute blowout. I saw that they had the, dome open and it was blinding the players.
Well, that's always the thing, but it was so weird hearing Cooper Rush yelling, "Here we go." It
No
was
way
not.
he was actually yelling that.
Yeah, he kept saying, "Here we go." That's like their cadence, but it was nothing like Dak. Here we go.
That's funny. Also, and they got to stop robbing Saquon Barkley of these rushing touchdowns and giving him the Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, it's so annoying. The tush push has got to go.
Yeah, no, that it's super annoying.
But what's annoying is they're going to keep doing it because nobody's stopping it.
Yeah, well, I mean, in all honesty, like Saquon Barkley probably would be the MVP if he got those touchdowns.
Hmm.
He's probably been robbed out of, I would say, a minimum 6 touchdowns this
I was
year.
going to say 8.
Yeah, I was just being generous. It's more like 8.
Well, I guess just look up how many touchdowns or how many rushing touchdowns Jalen Hurts has because that's your number right there.
Here, let's see.
And like in some games, it's not that they're keeping it from Saquon because they're going first down, handing it off to Saquon, and then they're getting a half a yard, pushing it to the very goal line, and then they go tush push. But
Right. Yeah, Saquon's getting robbed though. Next game we
well,
had.
look it up.
Okay,
Did you look it up?
look what up. Here we go.
No, Jalen Hurts rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, it's a lot more than 8.
What is it?
He is at. Yeah, let me pull it back up. All right. So we got 4. Wait, 2, 3.
And not passing touchdowns, just rushing.
Right. Okay, I guess you were only one off 9.
Okay, so 9 touchdowns on the board for Saquon.
Yeah. 9 additional touchdowns.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And there's games where Jalen Hurts is getting like two at a time.
Well, he got 3 a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
But anyways, on to the next game. We had the Arizona Cardinals beating the New York Jets 31-6. This game was just an absolute embarrassment for Aaron Rodgers and the Jets.
It's time to take him out back and put him out of his misery, like old Yeller.
Yeah, he's not going to get the Tom Brady glorious ending.
I
He's
don't think so, unless he goes and gets traded to the Vikings.
Sam
But
Darnold versus Aaron Rodgers swap.
well, just fulfill the prophecy of the Green Bay quarterback legacy,
Oh, that's true. That's true.
and then Jordan Love will have to go to the Jets at some point.
Um, but yeah, no. Kyler Murray remains undefeated after Black Ops 6 releases.
We thought completely the opposite.
Yeah, thought completely the opposite. I was getting ready to release him on fantasy, but I'm like, oh, hold on.
No, he's locked in.
Yeah, no, he's absolutely locked in. He's getting all the bloodthirsties. He's going for all the camos. He's going for diamond camo and black matter or dark matter.
Mhm.
Oh.
I don't even know what you're talking about right now. You're speaking a whole different language.
Yeah, it's a Call of Duty thing. Um, but yeah, Aaron Rodgers, he's toast. If he's gonna get another Super Bowl at any point in the rest of his career, it's going to be Peyton Manning Broncos Super Bowl.
You think?
I don't think it's actually going to happen, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying I don't think he's got it anymore.
Nah, like I said, old man, old Yeller needs to go get put out of his misery.
Yeah. And then we had Sunday Night Football, where I still do not know how the Detroit Lions managed to win this game at all.
No, it was disgusting because I was looking at Twitter earlier in the night and Big Cat was tweeting and he said the Lions are going to win this game, aren't they? And I was like, don't speak it into existence. Because I like watching CJ Stroud and the Texans. Um, my one fantasy team is built all around them with Mixon, Nico, and Stroud super stack. But it, the Lions are just so fun to watch too. So this was like the perfect game to watch, and I didn't care who lost, but it was definitely harder to see the Texans lose. I mean, they're just such a fun team. I want to see them go far in the playoffs, but I know it's the Lions' year. It's just I I've already said it. If it comes down to the Lions Chiefs, I think the Lions beat the Chiefs. They proved it last year, week one, that they could beat them. The Lions are the real deal, man. They are just something else with this kicker off the fucking streets, Jake Bates. Like
The-
that's crazy.
yeah. I've never heard of a quarterback winning a game where they threw five interceptions.
Um, Jared Goff is like 6-0 in games he's thrown four interceptions or more.
Yeah, I didn't even know that stat until yeah, this that just makes no sense. I mean, he has been playing so good the whole season. He literally got five of his nine interceptions last night of the year.
Yeah.
And I honestly thought he was, in my opinion, he was at least top three in MVP voting right now.
Mm-hmm.
Probably still is after a five interception game. I don't know how, but probably still is. So the
Some
line
days
there, though, like you
super,
said,
some days you're super locked in. Some days you're super locked in throwing interceptions.
yeah,
But he can fall back and rely on Jameer Gibbs and David Montgomery. That's the beautiful thing about it.
yeah. And David Montgomery did not get my 60 yards, which we'll talk more about.
He did
When
get a touchdown though.
he did get a touchdown, so that helped me in fantasy at least. But yeah, I was really hoping that I got my 60 yards on that.
Yeah.
That Roxanne.
Yes. She won't leave me alone. They're all following me.
But yeah, Lions pull out the win 26-23 with the game-winning field goal. And improved to 8-1 and remain the best team in the NFC. But other than that, Dylan, is there anything else you wanted to talk about on this episode?
No, we are closing in on the wing video. I can't wait to get that posted. We are recording that Thursday night. That will be after we have recorded the next episode with the picks with the boys. Um, I'm excited to talk about this past week's picks and see where we stand in rankings because I might have taken the lead. So that's pretty much some housekeeping. Go Cavs. Browns are back this week. Buckeyes are away. So we got a lot to look forward to. But make sure if you're gambling, you gamble responsibly and you call 1-800-GAMBLE if you have any issues.
Peace.